Hi class, I'm speaking on behalf of Group 2 and our topic is about litter. There's about 51 billion pieces of litter found in the United States each year. Now our goal for this speech is to educate you on the negative effects of littering. Our thesis for this speech is littering causes negative impacts on the world around us, some of which includes the cost to clean up litter and the effects that it has on our wildlife and our environment. Which leads me to our 3 points. Our first point is going to be why people litter and the cost to clean up litter. Our second point is going to be the effects that it has on our environment. And our third point is the effects that it has on our animals. So transitioning to our first point, litter by the dictionary is consisting of waste products that have been disposed of improperly, without consent, and at an inappropriate location. Why people tend to litter? People tend to litter because they believe it's not their responsibility and that others are going to clean up their trash for them. And people are just too lazy to throw their trash away, wait till they get to wherever destination they're going to. A lot of people tend to think that it's just okay to throw it out of their car or leave it when they're walking somewhere. I don't know how many times that I'm driving and I see people throw out a bag of trash, a cup, bag of chips. It happens way too often. But that is some of the reasons as to why people litter. Now, the cost to clean up litter is estimated to be $11.5 billion each year, and that is according to Litter in America. 80% of this is made up from businesses due to wanting to expand their business onto a new land that has not been built on quite yet. When they get there, they tend to find that there has been a large amount of litter buildup, trash buildup, and end up having to pay for that along with the cost of building their business, which is unfortunate. And so now that we have covered the cost of litter, why people litter, and what littering is, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is how it affects our environment. So to start, jars and bottles are not biodegradable, and they tend to add on to a huge amount of our litter problem. The environmental outcomes due to litter have economic impacts. This includes the loss of tourism revenue, expenses for repairing vehicles, restoration of economic systems, wildlife injury, and ultimately the cost to human health. The buildup of litter tends to build up and basically pollute our air, which ultimately affects us as well. So littering is not just affecting the earth, but it ultimately comes back around to affect us as well, and leading to our second point, it also affects animals. Small animals such as crabs, birds, and other small little creepy crawlies tend to go into those jars and bottles that are left out. They go in searching for food or water, then become stuck, and eventually die. And I'm sure y'all have seen plenty of videos of a turtle who has a straw stuck in its nose, or those six-pack little elastics stuck around a neck. Fortunately, it's happening way too often, and people need to realize that it's not only affecting us, but it's affecting animals who have nothing to do with it. And it's pretty sad to see that these animals are suffering from something they have not been involved with or created. And I just wish people would take into consideration just a little bit more. It also affects our animals because litter tends to, affects the soil. The soil absorbs the toxins from the litter and pollutes water, which then affects the plants and crops. Animals tend to eat the plants and crops, therefore taking in all that nastiness that the litter has caused, which again leads to them getting really sick and most of the time dying. And I would love to talk about this more, but I know we're limited on our time for this speech, so I'll move on to our conclusion. So how we can prevent littering. A few ways to prevent littering is to keep a bag in your car and just collect your little trash and then take it out as soon as you get to your destination, home, work, wherever. And even at that, when you're walking around, you see a small piece of trash. I try to do this as much as I can, but just pick up that small piece of trash and take it with you. And then, like I said, as soon as you get to your destination, just put it in there. I know it shouldn't have to be our responsibility, but the people who care about our environment, it would be very beneficial just to make that small contribution to help with that. And another way to help is to not leave anything loose in the back of trucks. I don't know how many times that I have seen things flying out of trucks. So that would also help. And that pretty much sums up what we have gathered for our speech. To reinstate what our speech was about, we covered why people litter and the cost to clean up litter and how it affects our environment and our animals. I hope this has encouraged you to not litter and to make a little bit more effort to keep our world a little bit cleaner, not for the sake of us, but also for the sake of our animals and our future people who will be on this earth. Thank you.